Okay, so we are now going to start unit 3, 8086 microprocessor. Okay, inside this unit we will study the architecture of 8086 microprocessor in detail. And in the architecture it has some register organization, two main units, that is bus interface unit, execution unit. It also has memory segmentation, or memory is divided in different segments. After the architecture, we will study the operating modes of the 8086 microprocessor, that is minimum mode and maximum mode. Instruction set, instruction format, which type of instructions is it uses, and interrupts. Okay, so look at the architecture. Before going to architecture, we should know some features of the 8086 microprocessor. So 8086 microprocessor is basically HMOS technology based microprocessor. HMOS means high density metal oxide semiconductor, high density metal oxide semiconductor technology. Okay, and 8086 uses basically three kind of frequencies: 5 megahertz, 8 megahertz and 10 megahertz. Power supply, it uses 5 volt. Size of the LU or size of the accumulator is basically bit of the microprocessor, or size of the data bus. So size of the LU or accumulator is 16 bit, means the register, that is previously it was known A in the 8085, here it is AX, means it is 16 bit. Okay, so AX can be written as simply AH and AL. So we may write like this: AX, it is nothing but accumulator, and similarly it can be written as AH higher, A lower. Okay, so if we combine this, it will be 16 bit. This is 8 bit and this is 8 bit. Okay, so size of the LU will be 16 bit. Size of the address bus in 8086 will be 20 bit, means maximum memory it can interface is 2 की power 20. Okay, so 2 की power 20 will be equal to 1 megabyte, that is 1 MB. Okay, flag register in 8086 is 16 bit, and number of flags in 8086 are 9. Okay, number of input and output ports are 16 bit, and size of the word size is 8 bit, means at a time the word we can access is 8 bit. So we should now come to the other features. You can also see here that it can support up to 64k input output ports. Okay, and it has 14 16 bit registers, and how many lines of the address bus are multiplexed with the data lines are AD0 to AD15, and A16 to A19 are free and unidirectional, and AD0 to AD15 will be bidirectional. It requires single phase clock with 30% duty cycle to provide internal timing, means internal clock is divided by 33% duty cycle for internal operations. Okay, prefetches up to 6 instructions byte from the memory and queue them in order to speed up the processing, means at a time it can store 6 instructions in the queue, and in each cycle next instruction will be ready, means you need not to waste the time to fetch it from the memory and place in the queue. At a time all the 6 instructions will be available in the queue, and you can execute one by one from them. Okay, and 8086 supports two modes of operation, that is minimum mode and maximum mode. So we will come here. Now coming to the architecture of the 8086 microprocessor, basically it has two main parts in its architecture, that is the BI unit, bus interface unit, and execution unit. Okay, so execution unit always receives instructions from the bus interface units, and the bus interface units is basically containing the queue architecture or pipelining architecture. So we will study the pipeline, what is pipelining architecture, and how it is helping in fast processing of the microprocessor. Okay, so see here the architecture of the 8086 microprocessor. It has one so in its architecture it has BIU, and other part is execution unit. Okay, so execution unit basically which functions or which component mainly contains, it contains arithmetic and logical unit and control unit, right? Okay, and some internal buses. Register organization is also in the part of the execution unit, because you need to put all the instruction into the register to execute them or to perform the arithmetic and logical operations. Whatever the data you are fetching from the memory, you will put into the register organization. Okay, so this part is the registers of the 8086 microprocessor. This is the ALU, this is the control unit. Okay, and in bus interface unit, you will see here it is the this part is the basically queue, which works on the principle of first in first out. Means at a time you can place 6 instructions in the queue. So for the this is the concept basically which is used in the pipelining. Means placing the instructions in the queue. For first instructions will take the maximum time, and after each cycle or each clock, one instruction will be available for the execution. Okay, so queue is mainly contained into the bus interface unit. Okay, and the memory, it also has one part, that is the memory interface. So the 1 megabyte memory, 1 megabyte memory is divided into 4 segments. So these segments are basically shown here: extra segment, code segment, source segment, and data segment. So 1 megabyte memory can be divided into 4 segments, and each segment will be of 64 KB. Okay, so this is the about the architecture, and you can study here other in detail. Execution unit is this and BIU. Okay, so in bus interface unit, it has the queue architecture, which is helpful in the pipelining the instructions. Okay, so 8086 has the pipelining architecture. This is the main advantage of this microprocessor compared to 8085 microprocessor, because if you use pipelining concept, you can fetch the instructions fast. Means you need not to waste time to fetch the instructions from memory and bring them to the registers and then perform the arithmetic and logical operation. You at a time just put 6 instructions in a queue, and they are readily available for the processing. So pipelining architecture you can study from this topic. Okay, coming to the register organization, 8086 has powerful set of registers known as general purpose registers and special purpose registers. So we already know in 8085 there are two kind of registers: general purpose registers and special purpose registers. Okay, and all the registers in 8086 microprocessor are 16-bit registers. Okay, so in general purpose registers, these registers can be used as either 8-bit registers or 16-bit registers. Means AX register is, suppose it is AX, you can use it as AH or AL, that is 8-bit register, or you may combine both of them to use it as a 16-bit register. Okay, They may be either used for holding data variables and intermediate results temporarily, or for other purpose like counter, or for storing offset address for some particular addressing modes. Okay, so you can use general purpose registers for other purposes. Okay, special purpose registers, as in 8085 you have studies, that is stack pointer, program counter. So here are also some special purpose registers. Okay, and these registers are used as the segment registers, pointers, index register, or offset storage registers for particular addressing mode. Okay, for different addressing modes, in a special purpose register you can use the segment registers, that is the memory is divided into 4 segments, index pointers, data pointers, etc. Okay, 8086 register are classified into 2 types: general data segment, pointer, index, and flag registers. So you can see here the architecture of the registers, that is the 4 16-bit general data registers: AX, BX, CX, and DX. And similarly, AX can be written as AH, AL, BX can be written as BH, BL. Okay, so this is the basically higher byte and lower byte. Segment registers, you divided 1 megabyte memory into 4 segments, that is code segment, source segment, data segment, and extra segment. Okay, so 4 are here segment registers. Special purpose registers: stack pointer, base pointer, source index, data index, and index pointer. So pointer and index registers are shown here. So if you are asked any question related to the register organization in 8086, you need to explain this part. Okay, so this is the complete register organization of 8086 microprocessor. Now explanation is also given here. General data registers, this, so you may study from here. Okay, now coming to the segment registers, there are 4 segment registers, that is the code segment, data segment, extra segment, and stack segments. Okay, so whole 1 megabyte memory is divided into 4 segments, that is given here: CS, DS, ES, and SS. Okay, what are the purposes of these segment registers? So code segment register, it is used for addressing memory location in the code segment of the memory where the executable program is stored. Okay, so executable programs are stored in the location, that is the code segment memory. Data segment register, DS, points to the data segment of the memory where data is stored. So data segment register is basically used for storing the data, and code segment register are used for the storing the instructions. Extra segment registers and stack segment register also refers to the segment in a memory which is another data segment in the memory. So extra segment register is also used for storing the data. Okay, stack segment register is used for addressing stack segment of the memory. So as you define the stack memory in the main memory, or you always define stack in the main memory, here is separate stack is provided as in the form of stack segment register apart from the whole memory. Okay, so in 1 megabyte of memory you reserve 64 KB of memory to the stack pointer. Okay, now one more concept in the segment registers: if you need to calculate the physical address of the memory, so you need to add the offset address to the segment address, because segment address 64 KB, that is 64 KB can be written as we will see here 64 KB, so it can be written as 2 की power 6 into 2 की power 10. Okay, so it is 2 की power 16. So these all are 16 bits. Okay.